Welcome back. It's 2024.
Wow.
It's BackChat, and we're back. Chat.
Yeah, we are.
Hammer's got a hammer.
Yeah, someone thought it was a hilarious prank.
It was such
pretty funny.
fucking good gear,
Starting
mate.
the year strong with a hammer.
Hammer walked into the studio, our old studio, I might add.
Yes.
This could be the last time we're in here. We will
Could
touch
very
on that
well
a little
be.
bit. Hammer walked in, and there was a hammer sitting on the chair. I know that doesn't sound funny, but it certainly was funny. When
Pretty
it
funny.
It's sort of carrot top material. You know
Yeah.
carrot top?
Yep. Hilarious. Just real low-hanging
Comedian
fruit.
with curly
Yeah.
orange hair. He just pull props out of the thing.
Low-hanging
Real
fruit.
bad comedy.
Right, okay.
We're back. Hammer. Well, it's just really good to. It's
good to see
I'm
you
not
guys.
going to pretend that I haven't seen you guys over the
I
break,
have
but it
seen
would
you. I
be
saw you
nice
like
to
2 days
catch
ago.
up in podcast.
I'm not
land.
going to pretend like we're not going to talk about what we're about to talk about. I
Yeah.
think just stop the fucking niceties.
Okay.
Okay, Dan Const. Yeah, welcome to BackChat, BackChatStudios.com.au.
Fleet
blah,
Network.
Blah,
course.
blah, blah. No,
Are
not
they-
blah, blah. Yeah, we love Fleet Network.
We
Are they,
love
doing, are they going around again?
Absolutely.
We're going around again.
Bloody
I ain't
oath.
fucking leaving.
Fleet Network.
Frankie.
Novated yourself for the lease.
Shit, Novated yourself a lease for a 2024 year. Wow, okay.
Powered by Fleet Network.
Yes.
So we won't blah, blah, blah with that.
No,
but
that's obviously that's a serious thing.
I mean, planning for the show today, but being off air for a little bit. So hello, everybody. But the biggest news comes out of fistball land.
Yeah,
And
of course.
If you do recall
Okay.
what we were doing there, the Western Fisters, of course, born from non-representation of Western Australia in the
Yep.
great league of fistball in Australia for 12 years.
Yep.
Well, that can no longer be said. We have had that. The Western Fisters, born, bred, and built in WA,
Yep.
fisted like
Yeah, we fisted. They
champions.
fisted hard. What's the? I have not heard this news, so I'm eagerly anticipating.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a build-up. So South
Okay,
Australia, they went down the Googler. Thanks for coming. Western Australia, get it done.
Yep.
We built a squad.
Yep.
We felt like we had the quality. We didn't quite get it done there. Vic
No, you
Country, Vic Metro, strong sides, experienced sides.
Is
been
that the
playing-
bloke that drinks his own piss on one of those sites?
John
John
Morley.
Morley.
Yeah, Johnny
Johnny
fucking Morley.
That's
Drink
correct.
your own piss,
We'll
Morley.
say this, though. They have been playing the game for 10 years.
That's right.
Right.
That's right, Dan. That's enough out of you because
Okay.
fistball was built and the Western Fisters were built from one idea, basically. Someone sent us fistball.
Yep.
And I thought, I want to play for Australia.
Yep.
I want to represent our great country, our great land.
Yep.
One
Why
we
wouldn't
have
you?
great pride for, Hamish.
Yeah, ever the patriot.
Correct.
Some may say. Yeah.
I thought, well, this is my opportunity. I've never done it in football. I gave athletics away at a young age. Might have done it there if I'd have stayed there. But I
Could have
did
been
it.
a shot put at me.
Look,
It's maybe
I
discus.
sold it off as a you know,
was a
BackChat,
joke.
Western Australia, Western Fisters. What it turned out to be was a junket. And I also secretly used it as my vessel to be able to play for this great nation.
Play an international sport.
So out of the tournament, there was an all-tournament team. We had Jackson
Jacko
Bowen.
got in, yeah.
Jacko Bowen was named all-5 defender,
Yeah.
made the Australian team. Round of applause for Jacko.
Well done, Jacko.
Right.
Fuck off, you made the team.
Ryan Robson, one of our strikers, which was a position I was playing in, but Rhino was a left-hander, right?
Yeah,
so he
of
had this
course.
unique
You're
ability
a
to
right-hander.
slap it across the wrong way, and it was like like a Matty Lloyd type,
Yeah.
operator, Matty Suckling type operator.
Yeah, of course.
you know,
Rafael Nadal.
slapping it around, just, slapping it.
Yeah.
Bang, Ryan Robson, Australian team, right? Really good.
Well done.
But Hammer, we had 3 people from the Western Fisters,
There's no way
Mate,
that you've done it.
the Australian team, and as I raised this fucking Perth Scorchers bat, right, fresh off BackChat over the summer, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I am very happy to announce
Fucking
the
I
third
can't
member
believe
of the Western Fisters to be playing for Australia in the Trans-Tasman tournament next month against New Zealand for Australia. Australian blazer, Australian fucking everything, playing for Australia.
Probably some budgies and some socks even.
Australian representation.
Yep.
National player.
Yep.
Dan Const, everybody.
He's in the team.
Holy
Wow.
fucking shit.
Advanced Australia Fair.
What the fuck is happening
Fuck
right now?
me sideways. I mean, obviously I alady knew about that and was just the build-up, but
No, you did a great job.
fucking hell.
I was convinced. I was like, hang on, did
Hang
we
on a
tell
minute,
him?
didn't we tell
about
him? He
this?
spoke to 2 days ago.
Dan Const, ladies and gentlemen,
Fuck.
has made the Australian fistball team.
Mate, that's incredible.
In a turn of events that really...
No one saw coming.
don't ever worry about seeing coming. Like, even if we had have planned in our greatest dreams that me, ex-athlete,
Yep.
think he's a legend, wants to play for Australia,
Yep.
not making it,
Yep.
and Dan Const, the core, the pillar of this podcast.
Dan Const, mind you, off the bench.
Let me tell you
Piero
what.
just got a little bit,
Can I tell you what happened?
Gutless.
No,
For lack of a
no,
better
we
word.
love
No, we
Pierre.
love
We love
Pierre.
Pierre.
We
He's
do,
listening
we
right
do,
now.
but
Shut up, Peasy.
But Peasy was our number 1 ranked player, and he was playing in Dan's position. Peasy, look, it was nerve-wracking
the moment
times.
got the better of Peasy.
Nerve-wracking
Let's be real.
times. State fistball, high
Of
level.
course.
I thought, let's change it up a bit. And I bought the Greek-Egyptian freak off the bench.
Oh, so it was you. So you made the call. Sorry, Peasy. I'll take that one back.
I made
thought
the call.
I thought you
I
stepped
made
off.
the call. I needed to inject something.
Of course.
And I injected Dan Const onto the field.
So really, you're taking credit for the Australian birth.
I've seen nothing like it, mate. Like, you should have...
I did.
like-
I watched it. I was on live on stream.
No, yeah, it was nothing like there being there in person. He was screaming and yelling and scrapping and went to this Super Saiyan mode I've never seen before.
Matthew Dellavedova style in the finals. Just a real scrapper.
The national selectors saw it too and they've picked him. How's it feel, mate?
Yeah, no, it feels really good. Wasn't expecting it. And at the tournament, I thought, I thought I played pretty good. And Peasy, at one game, he was like, mate, my hammy's a bit sore. Like, you've been playing well. You should just start. You should start the next game. And I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, there was no question for me
question.
to be
You
like,
just wanted it.
Yeah, I just wanted it.
Respect.
And then didn't think anything of it. Everyone put their name down for Australian selection. Like you had to fill out a form. It was a Google form that took it was 3 questions: name, number, and do you want to play? Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad. But then got a call from Milne, who was the selector.
Yeah.
Just said, hey mate, just so you know, we got 3 guys coming over from the Western Vistas to play for the Australian team. I was like, oh, amazing, well done.
Brilliant.
Obviously knew Jacko because he made the All 5.
Yep.
Ryan, who's an absolute gun.
Do you think he was going to say Scully?
Yeah, I thought, well, must be Scully. And then he's like, 3rd person, what are you doing in Feb? And I was like, thinking still like, oh, who do you need me to ask? Like, what, you asking what I'm doing?
shit,
Just
right.
like, he goes, no, we want you to play. We reviewed the tournament. It was all streams. So we watched it all back. And we need you back in defense. So I was like,
Mate, that's
Are
a
you serious?
fucking unbelievable effort.
yeah,
Like,
it's good.
You've played, how many games you play? 100 and something? No.
194.
194. I played one, 100% win rate. But you,
true.
like, fuck, who cares about that?
Yep.
Representing the country
Representing the
in
country.
an international sport shits on playing AFL footy, unfortunately.
Hi, Will. You wouldn't have received this down. Hi, Will. Blah, blah, blah. Happy New Year. All the nicety bullshit
Yep.
that I take out of my emails.
Skip
now.
the pleasantries.
Skip them. First of all, thank you for nominating. All up, we had 28 players nominate for the Australian men's squad, all of whom impressed at the recent Australian National Championships, which in turn made our selection process very difficult. Unfortunately, after much deliberation, you were not one of the 10 players selected for this tour.
Ah.
That said, however, we do hope you'll keep fisting on for the Australian dream as we are working hard with our fellow international fistball federations to ensure that there'll be plenty more opportunities to represent the nation in the future. Not something I have to.
Well, I didn't get
not
that
something you
email.
have to worry about.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
You're
I
just
didn't
not.
get that.
Yeah,
Didn't get the rejection
What have you been
email.
doing? You've been training.
Been training very hard. I got the call probably the week of Christmas, maybe the 20th of December, a bit earlier, and locked in. Started I was already going to the gym a little bit. I've been trying to get better, but I was like, I'm locked in. I was like going to the gym 5
Off the
times a
beers.
week. Didn't get off the beers till after New Year's because I knew I
Makes
wouldn't.
sense.
I just knew I wouldn't. So
Smart.
I committed to Jan 1. Been hitting the gym hard. Surprisingly though, so haven't had a beer since 1st of Jan. Drinking the non-alcs from Shelter. Thank you very much. Surprisingly, so it's the 22nd of January. I've put on weight.
Yeah, but that'd be
Muscle.
lean muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. That's
Heavier
what I
than
always
fat.
tell
I
myself.
always hear that, but
That's what I tell myself every single time I step on
but
the
I've been eating
scales.
better. No beers, no alcohol whatsoever, and I'm putting
You
on
got
weight.
headaches.
I've got headaches. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
I've woken up 3 or 4 times in the last 2 weeks
Hungover.
hungover. How? I don't know how.
Are you feeling better now? Like, is it past that point?
Nah, I just
Shit.
feel the same, but
That's
I
just
but I do
years
feel
of
fitter, and
abuse.
I'm driven.
Wow.
I've never had like a thing to like I need to get.
You
fit
never
in
played
time
for
this.
Australia?
I've never played for Australia before.
Yeah.
So now I've got something to go
Never
for.
had that drive to get fit and get healthy because
Yeah.
of wife and
Shout
2
out,
kids.
shout out, yeah, correct. Shout out Tom and Eddie from the Hello Sport podcast who gave us a great rev up before
Yeah.
the tournament.
Yeah, shit. I thought it was
I
fucking
texted
excellent.
the boys who are very big fans of all things Australia.
Yes.
They get around Australian
Yeah, yeah.
teams. I told Tom, one of the hosts, that you made it. He sent me an audio message back. I don't have to play for the show right now, but he basically to summarize what he said was, get absolutely fucked. You can't believe it. What has happened there? So
Yeah.
well done, mate.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
round of
seriously,
applause,
round of
Dan
applause
Const.
for Dan
Don't
Const.
clap yourself, Dad.
No, I'm taking it. So Feb 14, we fly to New Zealand. Best of 3 series against New Zealand. They've won the last 3, I think.
So
So
now they've
it's-
bought in the big guns.
Yeah,
brought
it's
in the
time to
biggest.
make a change. We're going to win, bring the trophy home in
I
February.
hope there's a time in the tournament where we have all 3 WA players.
On.
on the court.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
fucking
the
impressive.
two defenders plus a lefty. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So locked in. It's time to bring the trophy home.
All right, that's enough fistball content, but I will let everyone know I'll be keeping everyone heavily updated
heavily
on your
updated.
antics because, fuck me, I'm
Did the
proud.
piss drinker
I'm
make
proud.
it?
I'm proud.
John Morley is on the team.
Can you just get can you actually like get first-hand confirmation that he drinks his own piss, please?
Yeah, I
He,
would like
he actually did tell us at the tournament that he does it because it's sterile.
And he
Yeah,
likes
well,
the
I mean,
taste.
I'd
He
like
likes the
to.
taste.
I'd like first-hand confirmation,
Okay.
please.
One other thing so I've been doing fistball training. I've also been going to cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
That's been good. BackChat, not BackChat. BackChat at the Scorchers.
Hope you enjoyed it.
That was really good.
What a
It
way
wa-
to finish.
Yeah, it was good. You went to that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You
Bookended
filled in
the
for
season,
me.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look, great access to the players. We had some great stories. I liked the environment we had set up. If I was to summarize the environment we had set up, was us, and especially me, drink a moderate to a
Heaps.
relative high amount of
Heaps
alcohol.
piss, yep.
Be quite lubricated when they came up.
Yep.
Get them in a comfortable position. Get a funny story out of them. That was
Yeah,
basically
that was
the goal, and I
your-
feel like we achieved,
We achieved that,
Yeah.
absolutely. You Hammer. So one you came to the very first one,
Came to
right?
the very
as a
first one,
Hurricane
yeah.
supporter.
As a Hurricane
Yeah.
supporter, were you? Because you're also not on the beers at the moment. But
Yeah,
at
I'm
that
off 'em,
time,
yeah.
were you drinking beers?
No, I was off them as well.
Okay, but that was
Been drinking beers for everybody.
that. But then on Boxing Day, you went to the cricket,
Yeah.
not the Scorchers,
No. So on the 27th, I went to the test match. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
When we left this podcast
Yeah.
before Christmas, we discussed your drinking habits, and
Yeah.
you spoke about potentially doing a bit of a log for us.
We spoke about the sheer content of liquid,
volume.
the volume of liquid that one consumes in an enormous day on the piss. And I said, well, I knew that I had this day coming up, and so I said, I'll try my best to sort of capture what I drink on that day.
And we have that for you right
We have
now.
it.
So
Yeah.
was it Boxing Day?
It was the 27th.
I thought it was the day after.
That's
Day
true,
after
yeah.
at 5:30 p.m. out of nowhere with no warning whatsoever. And I've got to be honest, I was probably switched off a little bit. Didn't expect much coming through.
Yeah.
Hamish Brayshaw sends this note. I believe we have it. to have
I've
a
got
look
it
at.
here. So do you want me to just read you through the shopping list?
So I
Yeah,
started.
bloody oath, get it
I'll if you go through itemize it, I'll tell
Okay.
you where I was and,
Okay,
and what the time.
So
was.
let's start with the first thing here. We got 7 times 330 ml stubbies. That says
Wakashenka.
So-
Yeah,
what-
the Wakashenka lagers or whatever the hell they were. I was staying at. I went to
7 of
my-
those.
Yeah, stayed at my friend's place the night before. Got up at 7:00 and we had a bit of barbecue breakfast.
Oh, I
And,
love that. Yeah.
And got going.
And
And
you
that's
got on
what,
the beers.
Yeah,
7 a.m.
that's what he had in the fridge. So my first beer was at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to try and keep a running tally here.
Okay, so that was the first. And we left his house at probably 9, maybe 9 o'clock to go to the cricket.
2.3 litres of alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So then
Of-
we've
of
got
fluids. Yeah.
from there we've got 4 pints of Carlton. Don't know if it's dry draft.
Carlton draft. So then we went to the cricket. This was actually quite a funny little interlude. He's walking distance from the MCG. So a bunch of us walked in, and I was already I was pissed at
Yeah.
this point already.
Absolutely.
And we walked past a Mr. Whippy van at 9:15 a.m. and one of the boys just had a joke and said, "Oh, go and get a double soft serve." So I was like, "Fuck, whatever." Anyway, just a pretty
You wouldn't.
I did, and it was just this gross. I had a spider, essentially, an alcohol spider.
Oh,
in your
Quarter
stomach.
at 9:15 in the morning.
Lovely.
In my stomach.
So 4 pints. What's a pint worth? Five.
550 mils, I think.
550-ish.
So I went. That was up at the Frank Gray's bar in the MCC. We were a couple of my mates are members there. So we bought some
nice.
tickets and we went in. It was lovely.
Mm.
So we moved. So that was the 4 pints in
Okay.
there.
Then from there we go schooner times 7.
Yep. So then we went down to a different bar where they didn't sell pints because this was an outdoor bar, so they only had schooners. So I sat around there and had about 7 of them watching the first.
Schooner like a 330.
I think it's maybe like a 400. Anyway, it's halfway between.
Yep.
Call it 3. Let's call it 400.
425 mils,
There you go.
according to the internet.
Yeah.
7 of those.
Yeah. So we watch, and this is probably at about. I'm probably at about just after the lunch break here. So this is probably 1:32.
That's a lot.
So
of
you've had 7.5 litres of liquid.
Yep.
At this stage.
Jeepers.
You're
Okay.
eating?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Except for the spider.
Yeah,
I had a
breakfast.
bacon
big,
and egg
big
burger.
breakfast
Yeah,
to set the scene.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Okay, so then from there we go 16 cans of Great Northern.
Yeah, that was for the rest of. That was because we went to our seats at about maybe 1:30.
Yeah.
And then that was all that I was drinking for the rest of the day at the cricket.
Are
Until
these
about
mid-strength
6.
ones or?
Yeah, I don't think they're the full strength.
Yeah, okay.
They're
So that's
Can.
still it's a lot of
425?
liquid.
the super crisps, 375.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it was like the point.
How many of them?
16.
They're 0.9 standards or something. But yeah, that was my
Okay.
The cricket.
So you've just tipped over 13.4 litres
Okay.
of alcohol.
So let's move on to the next item here. So this must be post cricket.
Yeah, we've left the cricket and we've gone to the London Tavern.
great. Okay, great little joint there.
Tremendous
Never-
little
never-
establishment.
never
Yeah,
been.
Great.
Getting
Packed.
late in the night.
Packed.
Been
We're
a big
watching
day.
it. The Big Bash is on.
Been a big day.
Massive day. I'm torched.
Okay, 3 pints of ginger beer.
Yeah,
Had
tried
to mix it up.
Had to mix it up. At that point, it had been Stubbies all day long, and I was very much ready for something a bit sugary, a bit more delicious, and
Absolutely.
in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
So you're off the beers.
I was off the beers at that point. Yeah.
You
And
can't-
is there ice in the ginger beer?
There was ice in the
Good.
ginger beer.
Bit of
so
water.
A little bit of water to cool it down.
Bit of hydration.
Yeah, that third pint of ginger beer was the worst because we were playing fingers, and I lost.
Wow.
So that was a tough one
But
to get
were you getting
down.
a burning, bit
Yeah,
of
it
a
was
burning
tough.
throat?
that was a
Pissing
tough
like
one.
an absolute.
A horse. Pissing like fucking Winks. Except Winks was a woman and probably a female horse that didn't have a cock, but I was pissing like Winks if it had a cock,
Fire lap.
and it was nowhere near as big.
Lap a girl's
Pissing like Philip was a male horse.
Great. So from there, we've had the ginger beers. Now we go to another type of drink, 2 schooners
Yep.
of Canadian Club.
Yes. So we
And
moved,
dry?
Yes, Canadian CC and dry. We went
No,
from
just the straight.
Well, they
Canadian
can CC and cola.
yeah. No,
Okay,
you could have. We went from the London to a place called
How dare you.
the Cricketers, where there was pool tables. So we went and played a couple of games of pool. At
You
the
seen them
Cricketers.
straight at that point?
No, no, I was playing 58 ball pool. I
As
think,
you
at that
always
point.
do after 12 hours on the piss. Go and have a hit of pool.
Yeah.
16 litres you're at now, my friend.
Yeah, that's an enormous.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure at some point you messaged after. So this is a note that you've taken a screenshot of. I'm pretty sure after you sent us this note, you mentioned about jugs of beer at the end of the night as well.
So this is probably we're at about 8:30 at the
Yep.
Cricketers.
Yep.
So we kept. I reckon I got home at maybe 12.
Okay, so let's round it up to how many liters are we on there?
16.
So maybe 20.
Oh, actually, I've got the rest of the note.
Oh,
So yeah, here we go. So we went to
That was quick.
we went to
Something I prepared earlier.
It's loaded. So we went from the Cricketers, and everyone was about to go home, and I got a text from Fraser McInnes, who was in Melbourne. He said, "Bear, are you around? Big Bear." And I was like, "Yeah, mate, I'm torched, just around the corner from you," because he
great.
said he was at the Union Bar. So he's like, "Yep,
great
ex
establishment.
Ellis is here as well." So I was like, "Oh, whatever." So me and 2 of my mates went there, and X had bought a couple of jugs. So I was like, "Oh shit, back on the beers."
Back on the beers.
After an enormous amount. So I ended up having at that establishment for the next 2.5 hours 11 pots of Carlton Draft.
Oh,
Gee.
my
But they're
goodness
only like they're like
gracious.
200 and
yeah,
I reckon they're 250.
just another 2 liters. It's no big deal.
Yeah, 250 mils. I reckon at a pot is
Okay. You had 8 of those.
11 of them for the day.
Good
Yeah,
measure. What's a pot? I think it's 330.
285. 285.
So you've clipped 20. 20 litres.
Yeah.
If
I'd
I
s-
told you right now
Yep.
or tomorrow morning, you're going to drink 20 litres of water, you wouldn't do it. And
No.
you probably couldn't.
You couldn't do it. You'd drown yourself. I had that day. Remember when I did the water fast and nearly or the UFC cut and tried to
Yes.
lose all that weight? The very first day, I had to drink 8 liters of water,
And-
and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Woke up in the middle of the night, pissing blood out of my nose. Like everything was just like, "What are you doing?" And now I've had.
Well, there you
nearly
go.
20.
So I don't know
Yeah,
what
the
we're
most
really
pissed I've
proving
ever
there.
almost been in my whole life. It'd be
Right.
top 2 or 3 times of getting super. Yeah.
20 litres.
That's a fair effort. We don't obviously condone that.
No, we don't. We
sort
don't
of
condone being silly like that.
behavior, but you've done it. You tried to. I wonder if there's a record in that for most liquid consumed in a day.
No.
Probably a dangerous record they're probably not allowed to talk about,
Yeah.
but it's a record. Anyway,
Yeah, thank you.
which is a great segue into something that I wanted to, that we should talk
So we've
about.
got some exciting things coming up on the
Big,
podcast.
big, big, big
Big things. It's a
Um,
big, big sound.
I mean, can I
as well.
speak a little bit about what we're
Yeah,
what
let's
we're
do. I
doing?
mean, it's our podcast. Do what we want.
So, all right, BackChat, right? BackChat is probably about a month away from morphing into something you've never seen before. Well, you've probably seen it somewhere else, but it's definitely, I don't think it's happening in Australia.
It's morphing.
BackChat is morphing into,
It's morphing time.
it's morphing time. Still going to be BackChat that you know and love, same people, just more. Going to go 2 a week.
What?
baby.
Wow.
2 a week.
Why?
Shit.
You guys don't know that yet.
And the guest.
2 a week. So we're going 2 a week plus a guest. The 2 a week, we're getting a little bit more, I want to say, like the Late Show type areas in America where it's like a variety show. It's not
Yep.
sport. I'd
Yep.
say it's like a sports variety show.
Okay.
Bit
Love
of like,
that.
bit of current players coming on.
Yep.
Bit of medical experts, a few breaking news people, maybe an umpire jumping on talking stuff. Us breaking down games, very much variety. Funny shit in random sports. We're going to bring in the best of what BackChat is now, and we're going to put it into 2 shows. It's going to be live on YouTube.
Live. So
Did I not say live?
we can't cut things out of it. It's just as it happens.
I mean, we've done that because we don't cut things out.
Yeah, we
of
don't.
this.
We never do.
Yeah, we never do.
So that's happening. We're moving into a new studio.
I'm gonna get all my swear words out now. Shit, fuck, dick, poo.
We're going to a new studio. Got some new partners coming on board this year. Fleet and Airport.
Poo.
How dare you?
New
Silly.
partners coming on. Fleet Network or continuing on, of course. But another big thing we're doing is hammer brakes.
Oh yeah.
Hammer
Get your hammers
brakes.
out.
Get your hammers out.
Break
And-
glass in case of records.
That's right. Hammer, this is your thing.
Yep.
Let's.
So-
What are we giving the people with hammer brakes?
I made the audacious statement last year that we was talking 2024 predictions. I can't remember what everyone else's was. I just said that I would break a world record this year.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I said my goal of 2024 for this podcast is to break a Guinness World Record. Since saying that, I've had a lot of people message me and give me great ideas.
Yes.
Some of which are just ridiculously unreasonable. Like there's a dude who played the quickest round of golf ever and did it in like 50 minutes. And he's just like this marathon runner just sprinting. And I'm like, seriously, like let's get realistic. But there's a few that have been realistic.
Yes.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the people to send as many breakable records. Just send me any record and I'll weasel through whether or not I can do it or not.
We're going to make it a permanent fixture.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Basically,
permanent
all through
fixture.
this year,
Yep.
Hammer's going to be trying to break records,
Yep.
world records.
Yeah. And so when we were discussing this probably 2 weeks ago,
Oh, at the pub.
yeah, at the pub, we were talking about, I was just like, oh, what's the line? You reckon like 3.5? Just went out there and said, I'll start myself off at least breaking 4. But no, I think the line's up at 0.5.
0.5.
If you break a world
gotta
record
break
this
it.
year, that's amazing.
Yeah, so the
You
way
are the best in the world at something.
Yep. So the way that this is going to work, in my opinion, is it's like it as we spoke to your guest who has got the world record for the ultra
That's
cycling.
right. Jack Thompson.
Jack
Yeah.
Thompson. Yeah.
Pain in the ass to physically get the
Guinness.
people Guinness down to authenticate it. So what I'm going to do is not going to go through that hassle unless I know I can beat the record.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to get an unofficial time
Yeah.
or an unofficial, number.
Then we call him Mr. Guinness.
And then if I can, if the number of most chicken nuggets eaten is 99 and I get 100, then call up Mr. Guinness and I'm going to roll
You
the
have
clock
to do
back
it
and do it
again.
again. Yeah.
Do it
So
again.
are we got any, what sort of stuff are we talking about? Have you got some examples here, Nicholas? You can maybe give our great watchers over on YouTube. What's that, sorry? Most balloons
balloons
popped by sitting.
Yeah.
Have a look at this. Look at
Is
that.
there a time frame? Most balloons pop while sitting in a minute. See, I can go up and down quicker than that easily. This is see
He's
this.
squatting.
feel like
this
we
is a
can
guy
fit-
sitting on a chair, but like squatting down, popping balloons every time.
Yeah, that's fine, but like there's children involved. Like it doesn't look like a very professional
Yeah, it's not a
setup.
well-oiled machine.
Not,
no.
not fast either.
No way. See, and there was
And what's he get? 49? That's all.
What, in 30 seconds?
In a
Is that
minute.
In a minute?
Oh,
one
is it?
a minute.
One a
And see,
second.
if you look at that bloke, one a second, and if you look at that bloke, he's thin. I'm 100 plus kilos. There's a lot of weight in my ass coming down on them. He got 2 Guinness World Records.
I don't know.
Oh, hang on a minute.
95.
49 in 30 seconds, 95 in a minute.
Your
both of them
quaddies
beatable.
are built for that.
They
I've
are
gotta
built
say.
for that. My
Like,
quads and ass. Have you ever seen a great ass to quad ensemble? I'm not sure.
Also, like, I don't know if that's the technique you have to use, squatting onto a chair, right? Are you allowed to do it however? You just have to
How else
pop
would you
balloons
do
in
it?
your
Yeah,
butt?
that feels like a
How
pretty
else would you
efficient
do
way.
it?
That feels like an efficient way to
I
do
just
it.
see Dan like line
Like,
up
what
and,
if you had like
using
a,
his hammer fist?
like a needle at the top of your butt as well? So when
No,
you
no,
went
I don't
up,
think
it
that's a
popped one
needle. I think
above.
you can't
sit
use a
on 'em.
needle.
No,
Oh,
the
right.
needle is in this
If you had
other.
a needle, you just sit. You'd
Nah,
just be
nah,
doing
nah.
Yeah, but
that.
you use your ass.
So the needle is the other. A lot of people have sent me the record
So-
for the fastest time to pop 200 balloons with one needle. And
Right.
that's a good one.
So how's it done?
So he lines up. He gets stuck onto a wall.
Here we go.
Here it is. Yep, this is
This
the
is.
guy.
Oh, here he is.
Hey
There
there,
he
folks. David Rusher,
Shut up.
DavidRusherSTEM.com.
All
Hey,
right.
Steve, how are
Just
you?
skip ahead, mate. It's all right. Skip back.
So this
Here
is
we
what
go.
he does. He lines up.
Okay, so they're all on a wall, like taped onto a wall.
This is proper Guinness. Look how many people
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
watching
heaps.
this. This is why it's,
People in high vis.
there's probably
See, I'm
6
gonna-
people in high vis. It's like a work site in Perth.
It's like balloons tower defense. The monkey's just popping the balloon. See, I feel like that's a slow pass.
Slow turn. Nah.
Right.
14.88. I feel like I've seen one that does
There's
like
another
12.
one. Yeah, there is another one where he does it quicker, but he misses balloons. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
you
So,
could
I
do
mean,
it quicker.
like that's quick. No doubt it's
gotta-
quick,
you
but I've just got to
get
do
it right.
Yeah,
Like,
there
You
you
just
go.
got to get it right.
Just got to get it right. So anything like that doesn't. I mean, the two examples we've used are balloon examples. They don't all have to be.
I've
balloons.
seen like most hats.
Here
worn
we
on
go.
a
Most
head.
t-shirts put on in however
Oh, he's
in
putting
30
them on in
seconds.
30 seconds.
Right.
That's fucking good. That's good gas. That's quick.
The-
Oh, he's
again,
got them
like,
well structured,
they're
doesn't he?
These guys have all just been like dads.
Yeah.
You know?
Bloody
They're
hell.
not elite athletes.
He's
so
married
maybe
to
this-
a millionaire who he's a stay-at-home dad, does whatever he wants. Oh, sweet, I'm going to try and put on 100 shirts.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh,
his
and
parts.
yeah, I love that.
Anyway, so that's
Hammer breaks.
Hammer
Right.
breaks.
If you've got ideas for hammer breaks, for
Send
records
them
that you want him to
Yeah.
send them in,
Send them in wherever you want. Send
hello
them
at
to me.
backchatstudios.com.au. Send them in on our Instagram, backchat_.
Send them to me directly.
Send
I
them
don't
to
care.
Hammer
I'll
directly.
look at them.
We're going to build a bit of a list, bit of a plan. We're going to film it. They'll be up on the podcast, on
Yeah.
YouTube, everywhere. It's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of video, I'm just lots of segues keep happening here.
Heaps
We're
of segues.
looking for someone to help us on our team. Now, we need
A lot
of
we need a
things.
lot.
So let's start with the video aspect.
Right.
We are looking for a video intern, someone to come in. We can teach you stuff. You need to learn. You need to already have some video skills already. Like, just it's going to help you
This
out.
isn't like the West Coast Eagles list manager position that's on seek,
Yeah, which
Right.
which we can
which
discuss.
we will
soon.
get to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Vacant list manager.
If you know how to edit video
role.
and you want to work on BackChat, it's bloody awesome. We have a bunch of podcasts. We have this one as well. Of course.
We do have this one.
Yeah, is
right.
this one of our
We Shell the
podcasts?
Footy Cast.
Shell
Shell
the Footy
the Full
Pod,
Drive
yep.
podcast with the captain of the West Coast.
Schumer.
Schumer Duggan. We have quite a few others as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of others. If you want to get involved with BackChat, send us an email. Send us some maybe a CV or send us.
This isn't you send it, you get the job.
No.
This is Send us your resume.
Send us
and
something
an
that-
application.
that we're going to want to
real
bring
life
and I will
thing.
tell you that it matters. So if you're sitting
Yeah.
there, just like, just chuck a couple of like. You
Send
need
us
to get
examples
it.
of your work. Don't just send us some text saying, "Hey, I want to work with you." Send us
I
make
don't
us
care
want
too
to.
much about the examples of the work. I care about a bit of like pizzazz, a bit of like you need to show your personality. Like you can't just like send us I've worked here. Like I'd love your opportunity. Like no, I need a bit of an intro,
A bit of how you going.
a bit of understanding of what we do at BackChat. Like
Yep.
if you're listening and you're a fan, and you're listening right now and you want to do that, like I think should be a
okay.
good job.
Great. So that's video. What else have we
We're
got?
moving. Well, we're moving to a new studio, so.
Wow.
We thought, Hammer, maybe we're going to need a little bit of help in the electrical field, in the plumbing field.
Of course.
It's not a brand new
I
facility.
mean, the plumbing probably not so much. There's not a
I
lot
think
we
there's
need
one
to
button on a
plumb.
toilet that's a bit shaky, but that's fine. We can fix that.
Maybe some handyman services.
Yeah, handyman.
You and I are not handy.
No.
You handy?
I'm not very handy.
You're
got a
handsy.
hammer today.
I do have a hammer, yeah. I'm not handy at all, though.
So, like some sort of handyman
Yep.
type operation, telecommunications, some sort of like we do have a server box that
Yeah.
don't know where the wires are going.
If you know what a RAID thing is it RAID,
Do you know
Jaiden?
what a RAID thing is?
Is it RAID or RAD? There's like some server thing for storage. If you
okay.
know what that is, help us out, please.
I would say all hands on deck. If you're a listener, if you're a fan, if you're a viewer, and you love BackChat, this is the opportunity I'd like to present to you.
Do it for free, obviously.
Do it for free.
Help us out.
That's
We're on a budget.
that is the first part of this opportunity. You will receive nothing monetary in return for your
You might
services.
get a hat.
What you will
Oh
get,
yeah, we can give some hats.
merch.
You get- yeah,
we
okay.
have hats.
Yeah, we got plenty of merch.
We have hats.
We're talking hats.
We're talking a hat. What we are talking, which I think's
Yep.
what I thought would be good,
Mm.
a little bit like some of the great buildings in modern times. I feel like we could name the rooms. If you would like a
Yeah.
room named after you at the
yeah.
new
Yep,
BackChat
yep,
Studios, a plaque above the door.
Yep.
We can get you in there. You can shake hands with Dan,
Cut some
Australian
ribbon.
representative.
Australian representative
Cut some
for the
ribbon.
fistball, Yeah, yeah,
Cut some
ribbon
ribbon.
cutting.
So for instance, we got one room which we're going to film Shelter Footy Cast in all the time.
Yes.
So there's going to be a studio set up for that. Wouldn't it be great if it was the Hamish Brayshaw
Yeah.
Shelter Footy Cast studio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not handy, so it won't be me. But
It
if
won't
it was
be
like
you.
the Ryan Douglas Shelter Footy Cast room. Shout out Ryan.
Just
Don't even
put that
know if
out
that's a
there.
real person.
I fucking love Ryan Douglas.
If you
I hope he's a real dude.
if you reckon you can help us get into that new space, like like a builder, building sets, like set design,
yeah,
talking furniture,
all that stuff.
talking basically anything you can give us for free.
Yeah.
And
If you can offer your services free of charge, you're sweet.
correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've hyped up what we're doing with BackChat enough this year.
It's going to be so big. We need extra people to get us there.
So like
There's
new
only so much.
studio,
Yeah.
we've got 2 a week. like the real like live shit where you got live guests coming in. Like we got Jack Buckley from his couch.
Yep.
And then Dimmer Hardwick gets on the phone from the Gold Coast.
Yep.
You know,
The world's most tan bloke.
Rodney Eads just joined back at Hawthorn. We get Rocco on
Michael
the
Jordan's
phone.
piped in.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be
Heaps.
fucking good to watch. And it's going to be, you can watch it live. I wonder if anyone actually wants to do that. That'd be interesting. Let us
Well,
know.
the good thing about live is you can get in the chat. We can
Yeah.
we can talk
so
to
you
you.
send
chat
that we
back.
read, it will be live.
Yeah, that's right. So
Interactions.
lots of good things going on.
Could we put like a bit of a guest, maybe like some like who do we want on the show?
Oh yeah,
Guests, like maybe a wish list.
dream guests.
Like we did a little bit of this off camera last week. It got a bit silly pretty quickly. I think Tom Brady's on there. I think Bill Belichick is on there.
Robert Kraft, just
Robert
whole New
Kraft.
England's.
Well, because we
Patriots
have a
organization.
direct link to Robert Kraft, so I feel like Robert into Bill isn't very far away. Tom Brady does his own stuff. Like speak to Giselle, they're not together anymore, are they?
No,
Don't think so.
that's a shame though.
What's some realistic guests we can have on? We haven't had the biggest, probably Freo and West Coast names.
Yep.
On
I would say
Nick, Nat, Ben Cousins, Nat Fife. Be
Yep.
like three that I'd throw out there that we haven't had on.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'd like them, all of them this year.
Yep.
Some current players I'd like to see: Aaron Norton, Charlie Curnow,
Baz Lenker.
Baz Lenker. He's got some time.
He's got a whole year.
He
doesn't
does. Who else? Like Christian Petrarca.
Ooh.
Like to have a chat. Clary. Not sure if Clary has the time at the moment. May have the time.
Could have the time.
Who do you have? Some wish list guests on? Min Woo.
Yeah, I know Min Woo.
Get Min Woo on.
Yep, we could try.
I'd love to
That's a big one. We could try
Cooking with gas,
Yep.
the big fella.
cooking with Woozy. Who else?
Oh my goodness, Clive Waterhouse.
Wow.
Yeah,
Clive's
left me on
Tony
red a couple
Modra
of
has
times.
been, a friend of the family and a guest we've been chasing since we began.
Godra.
Yeah, that'd
Contra,
be huge.
He has been evasive to say the least.
Gary Ablett.
Which one?
Do you have
Both of them.
At the
Gary
same
Ablett?
time.
I watched the
Gary Ablett and
89.
Nathan
I
Ablett.
watched the 89 grand final on the
He
weekend.
was fucking such a good player.
That's a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Mate, there was a goal, the difference. They kicked like 15 goals in the last quarter. Like, it was unbelievable. It was 144 to
Oh, is that when he had
138.
like 40 and 7 or something?
Didn't he kick like
He kicked nine. He kicked 9 goals,
and
won the Coleman,
won the
won
Norm
the Norm
Smith
Smith.
in a losing grand final.
But like, they were down by 40 points in the last quarter, Geelong, and they almost came back to draw it. Yeah, Gary Ablett.
I've got a
Gary
couple
Ablett would be
of
pretty cool.
I've got a couple of big ones that I think are sort of achievable, but they're still big, hairy ones. Kathy Freeman.
She's not hairy.
No, I mean
She's
like
got hair.
just the goal.
She doesn't have
She does have hair.
hair.
Kathy Freeman for me. If we could
Olympic
somehow,
Yeah, Olympic
get
gold medalist would be
Kathy
fucking
Freeman.
cool.
Olympic gold medal.
also
Have we had an Olympic gold medalist on the show?
We've had Olympic
silver.
Olympians.
Uh,
Who's silver? Oh,
swim.
yes.
Blair
Blair Evans.
Evans. What is
Silver.
she- what's she
Bronze.
Bronze. Okay, so
Medal.
let's get a silver medalist and a gold medalist.
Yep.
I'd love Jai Tarima. I think he won the silver in the long jump in 2000s, in the Sydney 2000s.
Okay.
Jumping
Never-
Jai.
That doesn't ring any
Get a
bells
photo
for
up
me.
of Jumping Jai, please.
Matt Shervington.
Steve Hooker.
Yeah,
Steve Hooker's
Steve
doable.
Hooker.
He's in WA.
I think he is, yeah.
If you would like to see a guest on this podcast in 2022,
Can you have a direct link to them? Send it in. I've just got one.
What?
It's come through. There it is.
Oh, great.
Say it.
Yep, Danny Green. We'll
Perfect.
be
Danny
trying to
Green.
contact
Locked in.
Danny.
See him
If you
tomorrow.
want to hear from someone on the podcast this year, we'd love to hear from you. There'll be a story on Instagram during the week for
Yep.
guest suggestions. Who are we hunting? Who are we bringing in?
Yeah, it's
Who are
a
we
great
bringing in for the
question.
kill?
Yep.
Not killing anyone.
No.
Sorry, I'll go completely blank, but I just
Still
thought about.
thinking guests.
I was just thinking about guests. Yeah, I want Michael Massey was the other one that I'd love to have.
No, Michael, no.
it's not right, Mikey. No.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's
The race director.
yeah.
He got sacked.
That made that call. Yeah.
What do you think he's doing now?
He was doing something in like rally.
How do you know?
Some
Dakar rally stuff.
How do you know?
Is that jump and jive?
Keep up to date.
Is this jump and
Oh
jive?
yes, the long
Jumping
hair
Jai
fella.
Tarima, mate.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jumping Jai.
Jumping
He was
Jai.
in the same areas as Matty Shervington, to be honest.
swinging Matty Shervington.
Lunchbox. Lunchbox. Were you even born in 2000? What are you
I was
looking at?
2, mate. I was 2.
Really?
Yeah, I was 2.
Formed big
2
part of my
years
childhood.
old.
Do you know what Matty Shervington's known for?
Nope.
Other than his athletic prowess.
Nope.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm
Do you want
surprised.
to pull something
Bring
off
up
YouTube?
the GIF while
Just like, right, Matt Shervington Lunchbox.
yeah. So while Nick's finding that for
Do
Hannah,
you not know this?
I might have.
I look forward to showing you. Don't
it'll
worry.
ring bells
This is going
we
to
gave away
get you up and about.
we gave away 2 very good things over the Christmas break. Bali trips.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
We'd sort of forgotten that was happening, but 2 or 4 lucky people are going to Bali whenever they want. They just have to book it.
Yeah, that's correct. Do we have the winner? Do you have the details in front of you?
I don't have the names of the people in front
I
of
thought
me.
we
Nick,
were gonna
maybe,
announce that. Oh, we
maybe
announced
but we
on-
did announce that on socials. But congratulations! Like we're going to do more of that as well this year. We got a lot of big things happening.
We have some more giveaways
Some more
coming this year.
giveaways.
Some big giveaways. So that was big. We gave 5 nights for 2 at Club Med in Bali.
Yep.
We gave 1 lot to everyone here, all our listeners, all our audience, and the other lot just to Patreon.
Mm.
You had to be in the cage.
Yeah.
You had to be a bull. So if you want more access to giveaways, I'd have a little look at Patreon over at backchatpodcast.com.au. Let's just have a quick look at the lunchbox here,
Maddie
Hamish.
Shervington.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Just a
That's
brief.
just,
yeah.
just
Thank
a
you
sample.
for the 3 seconds.
Just
fuck.
a little
Oh, thank
brief.
you again. Thank you
There
for
it
that.
is. Look at the fucking size of that thing.
If you can
Holy.
find more footage, I'd like to see some more, Nick.
I think that's enough sort of catching up about what BackChat's been doing and, things that we are going to be doing. There's some other things I would like to catch up with you guys about that we haven't, like some sports stuff that we haven't been able to talk about.
Right.
So here's the first one I'm going
And
to throw
things
at you.
ongoing as well. There's things happening right now we can speak about.
That's right. David Warner rocked up to a game
In a
in a
fucking
helicopter.
helicopter.
I mean, let's speak about David
It's one of the
Warner's
most
summer.
outrageous
No,
things that happened over the summer.
It wasn't just that. What
Here's the video.
is this him rocking out?
Literally like on the pitch.
On the SCG.
On the SCG. It's like for a Big Bash game.
He's left his brother's wedding. Did you know that?
He left his brother's wedding.
That's what he flew in from. But he was
Oh.
midway through it. How do you feel about that, Hamish Brayshaw?
Fucking hell.
Did you not know that?
2 of my brothers are getting married, and if I'd have said, sorry, lads, got to go out and play some cricket. Fucking hell.
Like,
Wow.
so I did hear through some rumours that to play that game, it was $75,000. And if he played in the final, if they made finals, he played finals, the contract was $475, but he had to play in that game.
Right.
Would that tickle your fancy? If there was 500 grand on the line?
Yeah, mate.
It would?
Fucking oath it would. Hey, mate, hey, Angus, or Will, I'll pay for the whole fucking wedding. Just let me go and play.
Right. And
Yeah,
what would
I'll
they
see
say?
it,
I
yeah.
reckon know your family and they might say, pull your fucking head in, mate.
Well, I mean, if I was to, I've never seen $500,000 before. David Warner probably has, so it's not really.
Yeah, the relevance is missing, isn't
The
it?
relevance is missing. It's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is your brother, though.
I wonder
I
if
reckon
he
he's-
just said, I'm going to go play, half of it's yours.
He's had a fucking howler of a summer, this bloke. Like he hasn't batted that well. He made that 100 over here against a depleted Pakistan side.
Yep.
Went out for a duck in the second innings.
Lost his baggy green. And I put lost in quotations because I don't think that never happened.
Well, it didn't. It's come that you don't have to say you think that. That's come out. It was in the fucking property room. They just didn't look in the bags. Like, what do you mean? He's running
like,
up.
He's like tagging Qantas in his
Exactly.
post and stuff.
Mate, like, I'll search your planes, Qantas. It's just lying around there somewhere. One of your baggage. He basically inferred someone had stolen it. He offered them. He offered them for the safe return of his 2 baggy greens, an irreplaceable item.
Yep.
Like, I'm talking anyone's baggy green. Like, that's worth
Yeah,
a fair
yeah,
bit
yeah,
of money,
yeah,
but you
yeah,
actually can't replace it.
Yeah.
He's offered the backpack that they were in as a reward. Have you
Gee.
seen the video? He pulls it up. He's like,
Pulls up his
listen
little
here, mate,
backpack.
if you really wanted the backpack, I got one here for you.
Shane
Oh,
Warne's
boy.
Shane Warne's baggy green, and albeit he's one of the greatest Australian cricketers of all time,
Maybe the
sold for
greatest.
like $2 million in a Commonwealth Bank auction
Did it
for charity. I
I was
think
gonna say,
Is
was
this
it charity?
before he passed
Yeah.
away or after?
after he passed away, so
Wow.
it carries a bit more weight. But like,
Wow.
that's a lot of money.
That is
David
a lot of
Warner's
money.
going for probably half a mil.
Yeah, David Warner.
Yeah.
If you auctioned off David Warner's bag green, you'd get
The only way you could
$5
But he
make
didn't lose it.
the only way you could make that money though is like you can't just all of a sudden be like, oh, I've got David Warner's bag green, I'm going to sell it.
Yeah, that's
Be some
true.
black
He's a
marketing.
flog. Glad he's out of here. See you later.
My favorite thing about the David Warner post on Instagram was the top comment, which was Chappelle Corby that said, "Gee, Qantas, have I got a story for you?" or something like that.
So-
Still claiming she's innocent.
So what was the thing? Like David Warner had lost his baggy greens. Chappelle had lost her greens.
Yeah, great. Bag of greens.
That's it. There you got it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Well delivered, Will.
Yeah.
It's been a while between podcasts, so
That's
You
okay.
got
Let's stay on cricket for a bit. We of course talked about BackChat. Last game was Perth Scorchers at home against the Adelaide Strikers.
They shut the
Obviously,
bed. I'll just say it
yeah.
now. We're not on BackChat. They shut the bed.
Yeah, they did shit the bed.
Sorry, is that what you want us to talk about?
Well, that also what happened before the game. Before the game even started,
Well,
there may have just been. I'm not blaming Christina.
no. I will say, right, these guys before the weekend were on a 9-peat.
Yes. Yep.
So Christina Matthews has been CEO of WA Cricket during that period. You could not be more successful.
Yeah.
I
Couldn't
would
ask
say
for a lot
success
more.
of the team has
Lovely woman.
lovely woman.
Yep.
You know, she may do 8 out of 9, still alive in the one
Yes.
day and Shield competitions.
Yep.
Look, will this be her lasting legacy on the world of cricket? I don't know, but I hope it's not because
Did you
of
see this,
the
Alan?
legacy
Yeah, it's
she
fucking
has. Let's have a
putrid.
look at her bat flip to start the game from the Scorchers. Oh boy! Look at the bloke next to her. So for those listening along,
It just hasn't spun and it's gone directly over her head.
it's going over her head. She's done.
She's almost hit
definitely
herself in
away.
the face.
Oh
Did you see what Kookaburra came out with?
no!
Kookaburra came out with and said these bats are designed perfectly so that it's weight distributed evenly 50-50, and it's like she's just had a howler.
We were asking that at fistball training on the weekend.
Yeah.
Toin costs.
Toin cost.
You know what? Coin toss and
It's
toin
a hard
toss
word.
often get
Yeah.
said as toin costs.
Yeah, I
Did
quite
say I was rusty.
I quite often say toin cost, to be fair.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
No, I've heard it many times.
I
Toin
always
costs.
just like
It's one of those phrases.
What's happened there?
It's just
I've
like
switched that. What's that called when you do that?
dyslexic.
What is it? I can't.
Spoonerism.
Spoonerism. So
So you've had a spooner.
the coin toss
Coin toss,
is
yes.
a 50-50 head or tail.
Yes.
like-
For the most part, 50-50.
No, I think like it's mathematically 50-50. Like if you extrapolate it out, I'm not going to have this argument with you, but a bat, like it's not a cylindrical, like it's not a coin is, it's got one
flat on two
one
sides.
side, like it's a 50-50. The bat with the roof.
Yeah,
like,
you know, but they haven't. This one, they haven't. This one is just like a rectangle. They've taken the roof off it so that it is evenly weight distributed.
what do they
50-50.
call? Like faces or stickers? or
Yeah.
something?
Well, no, because it says roofs. It says tails and roofs,
Okay.
or flats and roofs. Or
Oh, I'm
something.
glad. I'm actually glad I've solved that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Roofs.
according to Nick, and I know we don't want to have this conversation, even a standard coin whose
Yeah, it's
two
not
sides are far
50-50.
more evenly weighted and shaped than any cricket bat can never be said to be truly a 50-50 proposition.
Why?
because
The simple fact is that there is no such thing as a coin that is absolutely fair. Even a completely symmetrical coin could be biased towards one outcome. I guess if it's been like cursed or something by
How?
a demon.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
like-
It's feelings and emotions.
Whether
Fuck
deliberately
these
or
guys.
otherwise,
Go on heads.
by the actions of the person tossing the coin. Some people's technique will push
Oh,
the
yeah.
coin higher.
Yeah.
Others might give tea, and that's where the article
Good
ends.
point.
There you go. It's a great point.
Is there anything that's 50-50 in life? If we're going to need to get like really big here?
Is there anything that is?
I think everything is 50-50, right? It's either yes or no.
Wow. Every choice you make.
Every breath you take.
Oh, you're either dead or alive.
Schrodinger's
if you're
cat.
dead, you're
That's
dead,
not
you're
true.
alive,
You
you're
could be both at the same time.
What
What's
was
that?
that, Hamish?
Schrodinger's cat, quantum physics. You could be dead and alive at the exact same time. Have you heard that?
No, I don't know what that
If,
is.
like the theory goes, if you put a cat in a box and
and
the lid's closed, you
Oh.
can't tell whether the cat's alive or dead. If you leave it in there long enough so that like it might die, you can't tell if the cat's alive or dead. So the theory of like it says that it's both.
whose theory is it?
Schrodinger's.
So Schrodinger's,
Schrodinger's
a fucking
cat.
absolute
No, that's
because-
that's the whole idea of quantum
I
physics.
know, but
That two things can be in the same, like two particles can be in the same space at the same time.
but Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, it's one or
he's
the
had
other.
to put it in a box
It's one. It's
and,
yeah.
and figure this
How many
out.
cats
So
do
you
you go
know,
Yeah. Anyway,
Could it
that's
be
the,
Schrodinger's dog?
It could be.
Schrodinger.
Is that what his name is?
I'm pretty sure that's his name. I couldn't spell it off the top of my head, but that's the idea, that it's both dead and alive. So 50-50 or everything. 50-50 or 100 or 200.
Hamish, I've got a question for you.
Hey, Mitch.
Hamish Abernathy.
We've lost the plot.
Hamish Abernathy from the Hunger Games, which I watched all of.
Is that right? Did you deliberately do that? Was that
I
deliberate?
was saying to the boys before how I watched the Hunger Games during the break, like
Same.
all of them. And Beck was like, "You've got to call Hamish."
Yeah.
Wait,
So
so
there you go.
his name is
Hamish.
My name's Hamish, and then Woody Harrelson's character's name is Hamish.
Have you seen? Let's go. Have you seen?
my
My
name's
name's
Hamish. Yes.
You've seen the Hunger Games?
Did you see the
Yes.
new one? What did you
Yeah, I
think?
watched the new one. I thought it was decent.
Shit house. I didn't like it.
Not as good, obviously.
No.
Who's Theo in it? The girl?
No, mate. It was about
No.
60 years before, 70 years before.
Oh, I'm fucking sorry. I wasn't fucking
65
following
years,
along with
actually.
Hamish's fucking
But
journey.
Hamish was
How
there
does
either.
the
There
new
he
one
is.
link?
Hamish Abernathy. Woody Harrelson.
So, Hamish, how does the new one link to the old ones?
So the idea of the old one was that, remember President Snow from
Yes.
the actual
No.
one? So he's the he's the main villain in the whole thing. The president of Pan Am, who's like pushing the Hunger Games. There's a rebellion or whatever. Anyway, this one goes back to when he was like young. So he was living in the capital, and he was like went to university, and the university challenge was, or their project was like to be a games maker. And like they got given a tribute. They had to like mentor the tribute. And if your tribute won, you got this prize because he was poor at the time. Anyway, he fell in love with his tribute. And like the whole idea of the games was that the games were dying off. People weren't watching and they wanted everyone to watch it. Anyway, so he just like, he went through this whole thing, saved her. She won the games. They escaped. Anyway, then he just like flipped and went crazy and like started getting paranoid that she was like going to kill him or whatever. It was fucking this whole thing. And then anyway, he went back and like the games just kept going from there. And he just turned out to be a psycho killer who just like, he got a taste for murder and then was like awful.
I like this.
I like how he got
Yeah.
a taste for poison at the
Yeah,
end.
he got a taste for poison at the end. Like kills Peter Dinklage. Right, man. Spoiler alert, but Tyrion Lannister dies. Yeah.
Peter Dinklage from Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
Tyrion Lannister's in there.
Crosscode.
He
Collaboration.
Dies, yeah. He
Apparently,
dies.
it's the same universe as well.
Yeah,
Great.
Peter dies. So I mean, spoiler alert. Yep, he's dead at the end. Poisons him. But yeah, that's the there was a few minor little crossovers, like that Hanging Tree song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
What, there's actual crossover with Game of Thrones?
no, no, not Game of Thrones.
Crossover to the old movies.
Crossover to the original Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Anyway, that was
good.
I saw it, didn't like it,
Thank you.
but I remember
Hamish.
every single. Bit
Actually
of it.
wasn't.
No,
wasn't-
no.
one last thing, just
one
no,
last thing,
No,
yeah,
no.
sure.
It was the ghost that came to your house while you were watching Hunger Games, right?
Yes. It was
Yeah,
the ghost that came in.
Has
Uh,
it been back?
No.
Quick ghost update?
It was definitely an intruder.
Really?
gosh.
Was it?
Yeah, pretty sure it was an intruder.
Really?
Yeah, confident.
Any?
No confirmation hasn't come back yet, but the ghost is just not there.
Right. So someone
Just
could have
was
easily
probably-
murdered you
Well,
while
yeah.
you were taking a piss outside, figuring out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
That's the most outrageous part of that story.
The
Please.
ghost could have opened the door.
Please
for the
move on.
intruder. The Eagles are looking for a new AFL list manager.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I was going through Seek, BackChat's doing its thing, but I thought I got to see what's out there.
Is that right?
No, I'm
It's really okay.
I didn't realize that AFL clubs did this. Put things like positions in power, like AFL list managers, up on Seek just for anyone to apply.
I mean, is it? Right, so there's been quite a bit of outrage about this today on social media.
Quite funny.
I mean, it's just a job at a business. Like West Coast is just
Yes.
they're just a business, right?
Just a
all a
multi-million
business.
dollar business.
I find like putting head coach up on Seek a little weird, but like this manager, I mean, it's important, but I mean, it's like West Coast haven't had one for like 3 years.
I still think the list manager is probably a role that shouldn't go on Seek. Like at the COO, maybe the CFO,
Yep.
maybe they're roles that can go on Seek. But like list manager is a very footy specific role.
I've got an idea.
Hit me with it.
We should all apply for it.
you could now.
I no longer work there. I can say and do whatever I'd like.
You'd have a good reference.
I'd have a great reference,
I think
yeah.
we should apply for it. And in
Who's at the club filtering those responses?
Oh,
you
I
reckon?
think we give it a little bit of, mustard,
Bit
like
of
a little
mustard?
bit of a back chat tone to it. And we let them know why, there'd be a few things that
I'm going
you
to
could
apply as
put on.
Hamish
Uh,
Abernathy.
100 can consume
Yeah,
100
can eat
nuggets
100
during a
nuggets.
podcast.
Yeah.
Current location, Bacchus Marsh.
Yeah.
Fully Bacchus.
Fully Bacchus, yeah.
Dan Const, Australian representative,
Yeah,
of fistball, like,
representative of fistball, yeah.
qualifications, that sort of stuff.
How about this for an idea?
Fan. Like,
Idea-
I've been
idea-
watching West Coast since
Yeah.
I was 2 years old.
I've got
Ideas,
input from my dad.
flooding the back line.
Oh, add
Dino's
Dino
suggestions.
Const. Maybe put a few lines from Dino in
Yeah,
there.
Jack Darling in the middle. Yeah.
I could former premiership player. Like we used to be good when I played there. Like get real like negative with them. What do you reckon?
What about a?
I like it.
What
Yeah,
about a
I-
joint application, Step
Back
Brothers style?
Yeah,
Oh,
a Pam
The whole
dilemma.
Pam situation.
Yeah.
The L silent.
Yeah.
Is that it? Like
Yeah.
palm. Like calm.
Yep.
We should just apply as
BackChat should apply.
Studios. Yeah.
Okay. Deal?
Yeah, BackChat application.
We could split the salary. I'm happy to go 33, 33.
Yeah,
I think the job would be better with 3 people.
I
We've all
agree.
got our own strengths as well.
I agree.
And
Same minds.
weaknesses.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't be relevant to the job.
All right. So by this week, let's apply. We're going for AFL this month.
I think we apply. I think we're a good chance to get it.
Okay,
I
great.
don't know how many applicants. They wouldn't be flooding in, that's for sure. They certainly wouldn't be flooding in. Like, that's a basket
We
case
could
at the
either
moment.
apply or we could ask all our audience to apply and absolutely
Fuck, that would be-
infiltrate the
Yeah.
inbox with it.
We know how many people listen. If that many people applied, it'd cause
They'd be pissed off.
Oh, fuck,
No,
it would be
don't
funny.
don't do that. Definitely do
Don't do that.
that. No, definitely
Definitely don't do that.
Do it.
But if and I certainly
do it.
wouldn't do it.
Everybody do it. Assemble.
Do you know how easy it is? Literally go to
Just go to
ChatGPT,
ChatGPT,
write me a
yeah.
cover letter for an AFL dismantled position. Get that. Do the same for a resume.
Yeah.
Hit apply.
And put
It's that
references in
simple.
there, and your references can be Will
We'll
Schofield,
reference you.
Premiership
BackChat.
player, BackChat.
Yeah.
give you a
Average Brayshaw
glowing
Sandover
reference.
medalist.
Brayshaw
Just
Sandover medalist,
Dan
one game
Const,
wonder.
Australian fistball player.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't do it.
The masses,
Please
the masses
don't.
getting involved with a
terrible
football
idea.
club.
Funny. I'm doing it.
I think Simo gets him in his inbox. I can just imagine. Oh.
Email Adam at westcoast.com.
Hi, Mr. Pike. I hope you're enjoying the new job, sir.
Collingwood. Let's go from West Coast to Collingwood.
Sure.
Collingwood on Twitter posted a video recently on X. So I don't know when are we
I think now.
when are we moving to
I
that?
think now. X.
Okay, we're calling it
I
X.
think we call
now.
it Twitter.
Yeah, I'm calling it Twitter. Collingwood put out a video on Twitter
Seen this?
No, I'm not on Twitter.
showcasing their new facility. They've
Do we
got
have
an
the video?
an upgraded facility.
Do we have the post?
Would that be?
That's okay.
No, that's fine. So one of those, videos that media team go, hey, mate, could you just jump in front of a camera and just show us the new facility? Of
course.
Upgrades, up the
Mate, I
wazoo.
love a good facility.
Oh,
yeah.
this
Well, I love
one
a facility as much
this
as the next
looks
bloke.
great.
looks incredible.
Like it is like high level, probably the best facility in Australia, I
Yeah.
would say. Jeremy Howe's the man in front of the
Yep.
camera.
Yep.
He's given literally the most token stock set. It's literally like he's about to train, and someone from the media department's like,
Has just
"Hey,
said,
Jez,
yeah.
can you just say, the boys are happy to be here."
Yeah.
Training facility, newly fresh laid out indoor court, and as you can see, the boys have a hell of a time in here. So look forward to it.
Right. So it couldn't be
any more. Jeremy
have
does not
a
wanna
look
be
at
there.
this thing. Look at it.
Fucking hell.
Can you see the stands?
Gee whiz.
Like, look at it. Can you see how big it is? It is just incredible. The
Handball,
boys
it's a
warming
light
up, doing
touch.
some handball games. They've got all the premiership flags lining up.
Shit.
They've got brand new grass. It looks like,
Looks like a soccer field, to be fair.
well, it almost looks like something used to be there. That's for sure. So massive kickback on this. This is the most viral clip this week in all of sport, in potentially all of news going around. And it's from face value. This is just stock standard bullshit footage. Tell you what used to be there, Hammer. The Collingwood Netball Club. So Collingwood have posted saying, we love our new facility. Just like I think naively and just honestly happy with their new facility.
Yep, they'd be stoked with it.
Absolutely. Well, they have been ripped to
Lambasted.
shreds.
Yep, absolutely.
They got a $15 million grant from the government about 12 months ago to build said facility and to build the game of netball. Haven't given it back. I don't know where it's gone.
To build the game of netball.
I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, it's women's sport. They got a women's sport grant. Yeah, part of the $15 million. So there was some portion of that attributed to the Collingwood Netball Club. If you're not following along, Collingwood
Canned it.
basically canned their netball side, and they don't no longer have a netball side, but they have a brand new facility for their lads to train in.
Shit.
They have been ripped from pillar to post.
They've just won the flag.
Like I'm talking, it's gone to 5 million people. People have just
And so Collingwood are not responding to people's
They're
messages
blocking
on Twitter.
people.
They're just blocking people. So people are screenshotting that they're like, "Hey, it looks like a netball court," and then they're screenshotting Collingwood have blocked you.
go have a
on
look
Twitter.
at the thread. It's hilarious.
It's so good. And
The
you know what's
best-
funny? I've just picked up.
Yes.
Jeremy Howe just then says our new indoor court. Like he even
he does
called
say
it
indoor
court.
court, yeah.
I mean, this isn't about Jeremy. I
No,
feel
no,
bad
it's
for-
not
You
about
can see it's the
him.
most token thing ever. He's just like, oh yeah, the boys. are having
Wow,
the best
that's
time.
funny.
Well,
Like-
if that's funny, the best response, like if we're at all surprised, is from the GWS social media team. If this is a photo of, who's the lad?
I can't even.
Finn Callahan and the captain of their netball side, both giving the thumbs up, replying to the Collingwood Post saying, "Looks good."
Oh, shit, that's funny.
Well, there's a big
I mean, seriously. Like, that's as good as it gets.
That's fucking hilarious.
They've quoted it.
That's good.
Finn Callahan
Looks good.
and the captain of the netball side looks good. like, as like honestly, they're trying to burn the club down. Trying to burn Collingwood down. People are saying, give the money back. What about the respect for women? What about women's sports? Like, you're a bunch of
Fuck.
pigs. And GWS looks good.
That's good. I wonder if they blocked the JDOS account after
I
that.
hope so.
Oh,
Really hope
that
they
is
have.
fucking funny as.
Fremantle So we're sort of bouncing
jumping around
bouncing
here,
around
of course.
Australia a little bit.
Welcome to the variety
Yeah.
show that BackChat is
Yep.
aspiring to
A
be.
smorgasbord
right.
of fun ideas.
Plethora.
Yeah. A cornucopia in the Hunger Games.
The
An
urethrum.
Anna cornucopia.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't very good at tennis. It's just pretty.
Was her last name cornucopia, was it?
Yes.
Anna Kornikova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna say.
you're going like 90s tennis players. This man does not know what you're
Oh,
talking
sorry.
about.
You don't know who Anna Kornikova
I know,
is.
I know who that is, but that's why I questioned is her last name cornucopia.
Right. Okay. Anyways.
Because I knew it wasn't.
So last year, no, was it last year or the year before? We made these amazing T-shirts. There was one in the corner over there next.
Flag mantle.
Flag mantle.
Yeah, 2022.
Was it 2022?
Yeah, it was not last year because we were going to produce version 2.0 and they
That's
lost their
right.
first fucking 3 games and I pulled the pin on the
That's
production.
right. So 2022 Flag
saying.
Mantle tee goes out, and we thought it was a bit of fun.
Hilarious fun.
More than fun.
Well, it was a bloody good T-shirt.
Oh, that was a good T-shirt. I know for a fact Fremantle staff are wearing it in the building.
Great.
I know Fremantle players that have them.
Yeah.
I know past players wearing them.
Yep.
Shout out David Mundy, Matt Pavlich.
I
Great.
wear them sometimes.
Hamish Brayshaw wears them. I'm sure Andy gets around it when he fucking gets around
I
it
did
too.
boundary commentary one day and for Fremantle Carlton and had to go into the Carlton rooms afterwards because they won, but I was wearing my flag mantle shirt.
I didn't know
Interviewed
that.
Sam Walsh in a
Flag
flag
mantle.
mantle
Who
shirt.
won?
Carlton.
Oh, great.
So I was just sitting there in a
it would have
flag
been
mantle
it would have
shirt.
been a lot worse if Freo won and then you were interviewing Sam Walsh.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't have gone into the Carlton rooms. Anyway, continue. You were
Anyways,
there.
so Flag Mantle 2022.
Did we come up with the term?
No.
No.
No, we
we definitely did not.
No, and that's a shout out to the Flag Mantle podcast lads. I heard the term. Did we give birth to public eyes
We
on
fed it.
Yes, we did.
We certainly did.
Yeah. It
Did
takes.
we-
It
did
takes.
They were the
we
cat- they were the
did we-
catalyst, we were the
Did we
oxygen.
monetize the term first? Did we sell and make money on
We-
this term first?
We did.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Confirmed.
Do you know why? Because there was no rule. There was no. We were allowed to. We didn't break any
I'm
rules.
not saying Fremantle. I'm saying
Yeah.
Flag Mantle.
Yeah, yeah, of
Not-
course.
not the
Yeah,
same
Flag
thing.
Mantle. Yeah.
Like,
It's
similar
just a
colours,
drawing of a
similar
picture
scheme, yeah.
with the word Flag Mantle.
Like
Yep.
That is-
trademark law and the ownership of IP is certainly a complex thing.
And you would know.
My 18 units of a law degree done somewhere in the mid 2000s.
Which you just chose not to do because you didn't want to, not because of anything
Hey,
else.
look where I am now, Mum.
Uh,
Now,
Some news for you, Hamish. The AFL have now trademarked Flag Mantle.
What?
they've applied for it.
They've applied for
So
it.
what's happened, Dan? In the context, last year, I believe the Flagmantle podcast boys tried to trademark it.
Fair enough.
AFL blocked it. Not doing that, boys. Too close in IP to Fremantle.
To the net. Yep.
We see what you're doing here. No. You want to challenge us? Lawyer up.
Yep.
Flagmantle pod boys. There's a couple of lads just doing their thing.
Fuck that.
They go, nah, fuck that. Have it. All yours. Bit of time goes on. The AFL future forecasting thing. Maybe Freo's going to be good this year. Maybe Flagmantle will be back on the cards.
Yep.
Maybe we should get ahead of the game and trademark this. So they've then put in their application. Hasn't been approved yet.
Right. Okay.
Once again, if I can state the precedent and the knowledge of my 18 units of
Law degree.
Barely law degree, I believe trademark law works. And tell you what, this is based on no legal knowledge whatsoever.
Except for 18 units.
Whoever monetizes a term, if you monetize that without challenge first, you have first legal claim on it. And
Right.
I've seen the AFL trademark this or the request to. I think we can challenge it. I think we can actually take on the AFL. And what
Holy shit.
it brings to me, like
Better call
we're
Saul.
talking Marbo, like we're talking
Wow.
Lee Kerrigan type.
We're
operation.
talking like Smith v. Johnson.
yeah. I think
Those ones.
Look, I think if there may be someone who knows a bit more about trademark law listening along,
Right.
I think we might be able to take the AFL on for no other reason than the moral victory. I don't want to make any more money than we have because I tell you what, we've backed the truck
Yeah, so
right
can-
up.
can we-
sold at
can
least
we-
50 of those shirts.
Could we win it and then just say no? This term is for the people and allow anyone to then use it,
I would.
except the AFL.
I put that to you, my honour. Look,
We push for
like
exclusive
we've
right.
identified, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I do think legally we might have a claim.
Okay.
Because we can prove we monetized it. We monetized it on this podcast.
Yeah, I know some lawyers.
Do you?
I know a
does
contract.
know
I
some
know a
lawyers.
contract lawyer.
As much as I'd love to use your contract lawyer, I think this needs to go to
Where's
more
a
of a
trademark
pro
lawyer?
bono type operation.
Yes.
I'm thinking
I
more,
would hope this one would be pro
better
bono
call,
too. Better call Saul.
Better call
Saul
Saul
Goodman.
type operator. Like I'm talking, two-door hatchback, got his office in the back of the car type operator.
Yeah.
If
Sleeps in
you-
his office.
If you want the opportunity to bring down a giant
Yeah.
with our backing, our public backing,
Yeah. We back
I'm just
you in.
putting that out there. We won't pay any legal
This
fees.
this
Of
could
course
be
we won't,
this
no,
could
no.
be the case of your career.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that movie, have you seen Ted
With
Yeah,
the bear.
with the bear.
with the bear? Yeah,
Haven't seen it.
when Samuel L. Jackson, that's the girl's name. I can't remember who the actress's name is, but she takes up Ted's case.
That's right.
Because Ted gets he's not a human. He doesn't have human rights.
Right.
And so then this girl takes the case on. I can't remember what the actress's name was. Takes the case on, smokes a bunch of weed, go through this whole thing. Anyway, then Morgan Freeman ends up coming along and giving him taking on the case late, and then Ted gets his rights.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, the best human rights lawyer in the world,
So
took
the
Ted's case late.
girl's name was Samuel.
It was like Sam L. Jackson. And she,
Right.
the joke was she never knew who Samuel L. Jackson was, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Anyway,
funny. That's good.
hilarious. Great movie.
All right. So we're putting a call
Hey,
out.
if there's anyone from the AFL listening along, we're not doing anything.
No.
No, I'm just
It's
saying.
content. It's just content.
Maybe.
Seriously.
Allegedly.
Yep.
We might have laid
So-
the claim.
So
We got there first.
we've got a bit of a shopping list. We've got a video person. We want plumbers, electricians,
Yeah, we
painters,
want
all that.
handymen.
You got
Or
heavy
women.
on the
We want
plumbers.
handy
I think
people.
Maybe not heavy on the plumbers.
Yeah, sorry, we definitely
Handy
don't need a
people.
plumber.
That's not what you're plumbing in the new area. Put a shower in the studio.
We'd love it. Well,
we
we'd love
need
a
to have a
kitchenette.
shower.
Yeah, we
Love
need
a
handy
kitchenette.
people. We need handy people, and we need contract.
And we need a lawyer.
We need trademark
Who
lawyers.
could make this this could be your career defining moment?
It could be
joining
a
with
flagship.
us.
It
Yeah.
could be what, Nancy, I want to say her name is.
Nancy
the guy
Drew.
Pelosi,
Nancy Pelosi.
I don't know either.
I think that's a
who got
OJ.
who got OJ off?
Oh, Kim Kardashian.
It's probably not a good example. Oh yeah, Kardashian's dad. I don't. Probably a bad example.
Yeah.
Horrible
Probably a bad
example. Fucking worst
No,
example ever.
No, I get it because he was just a no-name lawyer.
That's it.
Took the case and became the
of course.
He did get
Kardashians.
civilly charged later on, OJ, and was found guilty of
Lost that.
murdering
Lost
Do we
that
have to
civil
say
charge.
allegedly?
poor
Or?
person.
Nah,
Look,
because
I think that's
the civil charge doesn't carry the same penalty, so
We
it's
are in
still
Australia.
allegedly.
It's not,
Okay.
it's not a global court.
I just want to throw one more thing at you guys.
RIP to.
Should just be it should just be a kangaroo court. That's what we should
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one.
Oh boy.
You have been the one for me.
Yeah, just a kangaroo court with the AFL would be good, wouldn't it?
One more thing to throw you guys before I need a little bit of a break. I don't have the
Shout out James Bond.
the
That was
the
phenomenal.
fatigue is setting in.
Of course.
The stamina I don't have
Why
for
not?
podcasting.
Been training for fistball, mate.
I know it's all legs at the moment. I could run.
Should be all fists. Sorry.
No, it's one thing at a time. It's steps. You wouldn't get
Sorry,
it.
I
It's-
wouldn't.
you
I
wouldn't
shouldn't
get
actually
it,
tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
what to do.
Listen, I'm just going to read this headline to you, Hammer, and Will, but you already saw it. Not Sam Newman's son is suing Aussie NBA player Jock Landale over alleged assault.
This is right from the depths of the junkyards over the
Sam
Christmas
Newman's
break.
son's suing Jock Landale.
Do you know Jock Landale?
I mean, the name
He
rings a
played
bell.
for Melbourne United in the NBL and then went over to the NBA and got a contract, 4 years, 32 million. Great player, great role player.
So Sam Newman's son. Is suing
So the
him.
son of media personality Sam Newman claims he could have made millions if not for an alleged assault at the hands of an Australian NBA star, Jock
What was he
Landale.
making millions doing?
I believe AFL.
So Max Jones, who's 25, is suing Landale and Geelong Grammar. Do you like those? Or
Friend of the family. I'm a Geelong College boy.
Oh, okay,
It
yep.
sounds like the sort of Geelong grammar sort of behaviour that we're used to.
So over an alleged incident that took place on February 7, 2013.
Prince
So this
Charles
is
went to
11
Geelong
years in the
as did Sam Newman
Did he?
and his son.
Obviously. He alleges Landale forced him to the ground and attacked him by repeatedly jumping on his lower stomach to the beat of a song. Sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. Jumping on his
Sorry.
lower stomach to the beat of a song played through a portable speaker in a school common room. That's
What was the
What song was
awful
it?
things.
What song was it?
Baby got back.
Goodbye, my lover.
I was singing.
slow jumps.
This shit is bananas.
Oh, Gwen Stefani.
So Jones
It's
is
a
in year
big,
10 at the
big-
time and Landale was year 12, so 2 years older. So basically,
Allegedly.
he alleges that as a result of the incident, he was forced to undergo a discectomy to remove damaged discs
A what?
in his a dissectomy to
A
remove
dissectomy, yeah.
damaged discs in his spine a week later. So I'm not going to read through the entire article.
I read that to Dan pre-show, and
Yep.
Dan, squealed with excitement. I said, "What is it? Read it.
Dissectomy. Undergo a dissectomy to
Yeah,
remove
undergo a
damaged discs.
dissectomy,
I'll
not a
be Dan.
vasectomy.
Vasectomy. You have to have a vasectomy. It's like, no, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to have a
Chinese
vasectomy
meal?
in year 10.
A succulent Chinese meal.
So this is the claim. His lawyer claims that the injuries suffered during the incident ruined any chance he had to follow in his father's footsteps and earn millions of dollars in the AFL.
Come on, man. Come on. Like,
I'm going to sue West Coast for delisting me and ruining my chance to make millions in the AFL. Come on, Jock. No, not Jock. Fucking Sam.
Max.
if anyone would like to take Hamish's law claim up too, please add that to the
I was unfairly dismissed.
He was.
Actually was. Anyway, that was a different time.
Fleet Network. Fleet Network. If you don't know already and you would like to know, it'll save you money. It'll help your budget, and you can get one of the cars that you want to get and drive around. I don't like cars. I just need somewhere to get from point A to point B. Fleet Network can do that for you while saving you money if you are employed by anybody.
Yep.
That is a qualification you need. You need to be an employee.
I'm one of those.
You could be an employer and it could help you, but employees, you go to Fleet Network, they sort your shit out, and then you get yourself a car, a brand new one.
Yeah, you novated yourself a lease and
And
you're away.
you just give it over to Frank and the boys. They handle it with your employer.
Everything. There's apps.
great.
You put expenses through there. They pay you back your money. It's all inclusive. You pay one fee for the month. So I don't know. You get down there. You get yourself an Isuzu car that I've got. It's fucking great.
The D-Max.
Yeah, the D-Max, Isuzu D-Max. You go, all right, here's your Isuzu D-Max. They say, here's the amount of money you need to pay a month. That's all we heard from you. That's all she wrote. There's the money.
Drive away,
There's
no
the
more
car.
to pay. Shit,
Well,
yeah.
there's some to pay.
There's obviously more to pay. It's an ongoing lease. That's the whole point.
You know what though? Last week I got my
Drive away, no more to pay until next month. You have to pay again.
I got my car serviced, so
Idiot.
I'm not with Fleet Network right now, and I'm working towards getting a fleet service.
Yes.
When I got my car service, I dropped it off, did all that stuff. The guy was showing me all these forms. I was like, how much am I going to pay? He's like, doing the extra $45. The oil thing. I was like, man, I don't know anything about this. I should just be with
Just
Fleet
bundle
Network.
it all in one cost and give it to me.
Exactly.
But yeah, pay this. You got to pay this. How about you send some money here?
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. I'm going to call Frank and the boys.
Fleetnetwork.com.au to choose your next vehicle and leave the rest to their dedicated team of experts.
You said it, we read it.
If it's good.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Better-
Leadville Cameras.
It's been a big break. We got Danny Green's number while we were waiting, and we
great.
also got. I'd like to tease this. I know we're up to you, Senator. We read it.
Is it
but
Anna Kornikova?
It's not Anna Cornico.
And a cornucopia.
It is.
Leighton Hewitt would be nice to get
It's
on.
Ernie Dingo. I'll just say it's Ernie Dingo. I've got Ernie Dingo's number.
Great.
That is to do with the West Coast injuries. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Yep,
that's what I'd like to pick Ernie's brain about.
Yeah, that's going to be elite. Let's read some emails. Of course, Leadville Cameras, Lydio, and all the people, the fine people over at Leadville Cameras, sorting us out with all of our gear. Like,
2024
They're gonna be
year.
busy. Put it this
it's
way.
a big fight this year.
We got. Yeah, that's right.
we've just ordered a heap of gear from them.
Yeah.
So, and they're coming
equipment.
through.
Camera.
Here we go. Hi, Will. Just to you. So,
Okay.
what are Hamish and I?
see
Chopped
ya.
liver.
I will.
Second time I've said that today.
It like this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, I appreciate the email, Susan. I'm just
That's
mucking
okay,
about.
Susan. I'm here too.
Hi, Will. I'm sure you have heaps of photos of the 2018 Grand Final,
I do.
but I found this photo recently and thought you might like a copy. Still an Eagles fan and member, and looking forward to seeing how we go in 2024.
That is my mum.
Regards, Susan.
Thought that was Susan.
That is a
mum.
great photo.
That's a cracking
Hang
photo.
on, I'm gonna. Oh wow! Holy shit!
Could that be the best photo of you at the Grand Final?
Fucking very close to it.
That's a proper camera too. It's
Wow.
a great
that
photo.
looks legit.
I'm just looking in the background too. There's some
Yeah,
funny
the
eyes. Can we
security
go back
guys
to
just
that?
like-
Yeah,
security guys
they're,
just
look, they're
chilling.
happy too.
Yeah, of course they are, mate.
Um,
Shame that person's in the way.
that's elite. Is that high quality?
Yeah, it's a great photo.
Oh, it's
oh.
longer. It's
That's
longer.
great. That's even better.
Oh, I can see my best mate Mike Rockefeller's head in the background too.
Ah, there
He's
he
just
is.
like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Dave, you got it. You know Mike. Yeah, that's Mike there. And who's this bloke? Who's this bloke?
It's very like,
If you know him.
If that's hello,
There's Mike.
couple of lads.
yeah, the fellas.
Wow, that's a hairdo, bro.
Oh, come on now.
Looks like Scully's hair. Yeah, that's great. Really good.
That's an elite photo,
done.
Susan.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Susan.
sending that.
Going up on the wall.
Yeah, just print that on a canvas. You give that to your mum. She'd love that.
Did
That's Mother's
Leadville
Day
cameras do
sorted.
printing.
When's Mother's Day?
They do. Leadville Cameras do printing
And canvas.
Yeah,
and canvas.
Wow.
Mother's Day
almost
is
as if I knew that.
Mayish. I don't know.
Done. Don't
There you
even
go.
think about
Absolutely.
it anymore.
Thank you, Susan.
you,
What
Susan.
a legend. Tomorrow on the guest, our first proper guest episode of the year. We had some best ofs over the break.
Hope
which
you enjoyed
was
those.
great.
They were great.
If you liked some of the snippets of those, and you haven't heard the actual full interviews, just go back. They're all on YouTube. Just search BackChat Studios, and also on Spotify, Apple, all of the other things. Tomorrow's guest, though, a scorcher from this season, Laurie Evans.
An Englishman.
Laurie fucking Evans.
Laurie Evans.
The reason that the Scorchers lost because he left.
Correct.
Yeah, not his fault.
No, not his fault.
Not
He
his fault
already-
whatsoever.
It is because he was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fucking awesome.
So you may not know who Laurie Evans is. I wasn't particularly a massive I wasn't an aficionado before I interviewed him.
Yes.
Great chat.
Oh.
Good lad.
Good.
I just want to go have 100 beers with him.
Yeah, just a
Just a
ripper.
fun guy.
Ripper.
I like to hear it.
Lots of good stories. He's played a lot of T20 around the world. He's played in the 100.
He's got lots of
whatever that
quirky
thing is
shit
called.
though. Like his brother is like a rugby player.
His brother was in one of the most viral videos of a year where he jumped into a bin at a rugby game and that went crazy.
He just had lots of great stories.
He's been around the English team a lot, played alongside a lot of them.
I had some
so
good stories about Johnny Bairstow, that incident. Had some good insights into that.
Yeah,
Nice.
really, really good episode. And he wants to come back as well.
On
Huge.
BackChat.
Yeah. Yeah, he was because we talked about some stuff that's sort of ongoing that we couldn't really talk about properly.
Oh,
And
I'll
he's
say
like-
what that is. Well, okay.
No,
Yeah, okay.
no.
Don't say it.
Listen to the episode. He's like, I'm coming back, and we're going to talk about it in full detail later on down the track.
See
Which
you
is
soon,
fun.
Laurie.
Yeah, see you soon, Laurie. For the first time in 2024, let's hear some fines.
Hey gents, this is just a fine for Will Schofield. Fuck you, Joel. Fuck you, Joel. I want to fine Will Schofield $5 for getting us all into Hippie Club and then ditching. Not good enough, mate. You got to do better than that. There's about 6 people here, so I'll bury my cock in her and. Fuck you, Joel. Make it 10. Fuck you, Joel.
Yes.
Wow.
Was that Jacko Bowen?
That was Jacko Bowen, I believe.
Sounded a lot like Jacko
Good
Bowen.
pick of the voice
okay.
there.
Well, just take yourself somewhere else, Jacko.
After our
Sorry,
Christmas party, we did go to Hippie Club,
Oh god, I'm not sure how much more. Yeah, it was.
and there was 6 of us
It was
in
grim.
there.
It was
It
grim.
was tough.
It was a grim.
I wasn't there.
Okay, guys, got a $5 fine for me mate Jaiden here for an absolute fucking carry-on and a half on the drive home from the Moonee Valley races. I only had about 4 drinks. He's carrying on like he's fucking down the whole slab, fucking hanging out the fucking car and everything. Absolute carrying on like a dickhead. All right, cheers, boys.
I like it.
Look, I love the update from Moonee Valley races. Like,
Piss off, Hayden.
that's probably come from the proper depths, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
as well.
That's it.
Really good.
Couple of fines.
Everyone took a break
Welcome
like
back,
we did.
2024,
Fair
hey?
enough.
If you want to submit a fine, backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. And also, if you want to go to our other websites, just as good, actually, probably a lot better, backchatstudios.com.au. Thanks to Mumba Digital, who've made that website for us.
Yeah.
They can make your website too.
Yeah,
they
they
can.
sell stuff. You sell stuff. They make websites. You can combine and do lots of that stuff.
It's a match
better.
made in heaven.
Yeah. Also on backchatstudios.com.au, you can find a little link to our Patreon page, which for $5 a month,
Yes.
we get in the cage.
Yes.
Yep.
Extra content, early
Back pocket.
content.
Yeah, back pocket.
Your
pocket,
back
yeah.
pocket.
You want to upgrade? You got a halfback flank. You
Ooh,
get a
great.
better part of the ball. You go run around.
Touch the ball a bit
A
more.
little bit of Hollywood.
Sometimes
look at
slingshot
me.
forward.
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
of intercept marking
Potentially,
action.
yep.
You play on the players that aren't really that good either. That the half forward flankers, they're sort of like 5th and 6th best forwards. Like you get to play.
Yeah.
But you want to really upgrade. You want to be a real backman in the cage. You go to fullback. That's a top level VIP.
That's where you go one-on-one.
And you're wondering, what do you get over there? Well, you get extra content that we're about to do when this podcast finishes. In fact, we're going to award the Patreon Barley winner.
Yeah.
We're doing that in.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Great.
So Patreon gets extra access into our giveaways. They get their own special stuff there. They get merch discounts, sponsor discounts, availability coming soon. No ads. You don't want ads?
Yes.
Go
Fuck
on
'em.
Patreon. I
Yeah.
think that already exists.
It exists. Yeah, currently. Yeah, you can go
No
and
ads.
listen. You can go and listen to our episodes on Patreon, and you don't have to have me going.
I
Hello,
would
guys.
prefer
We'll
It's-
still
personally-
talk about Fleet Network.
Yeah,
I
of course.
personally prefer to pay for Patreon and then still listen to the ads to hear the Fleet Network stuff. Because
That's a
obviously
good point.
they power the podcast, and I'd really like to know.
Can I
potentially
let you in a little secret?
If
This is
you'd
sort
like,
of
yeah.
unveiling the curtain. Usually we just do this for Patreon. The Fleet Network ad, we put that in, right?
So everyone hears.
So everyone hears it, even our patrons, because we think
We're
it's not a
talking-
bad thing. Like Fleet Network's not a bad
It's
thing.
not
We
even an
bloody
ad.
love
What
it.
we're
It's not
talking
an
about
ad.
Fleet Network, it's not an ad.
We're trying to help
Yeah,
you out.
Powering the podcast.
Cool.
But we're talking when some random person comes on, talks about McDonald's.
G'day, it's Frank here. Oh, not Frank.
From
That's bad.
National Tiles.
Frank Walker from National Tiles.
Yeah.
This week in National Floor Tiles, all tiles on sale, 55%. Those tiles,
You know the
those
ones you
tiles
to
have been on
skip all the
sale.
time. Well, you
Those
don't
tiles
want
have had
those.
Boxing Day sales for the last 40 years.
Cool.
It's on sale
Cool.
too.
Cool. It's one of those.
Hello.
Frank Walker from National
Hello.
Tiles.
If you hate all that and you just like shut
You
up.
hate Frank Walker with
If
a passion.
you-
I'd love
the
to get
reason-
Frank Walker on the podcast.
The reason VIP stuff started, it was to support the podcast,
course.
and we still love your support, and we try to give back as much as we can to our VIPs. But when we first started it, if you remember, Dan,
Yes.
it was the first way we made any money.
Yeah.
We said if you've got a coffee a month for us, we'd love it. And we had about 50 people sign up for that, and that made a massive difference for
It
us.
actually helped us buy our very first thing that we could record the audio with because
Yes.
we were borrowing stuff before that. It actually
So-
got us started.
Yeah, the cage has a deep place in our heart,
Yep.
and so if you just you want to support, you think you have value, you add. It's been a long time between drinks.
It's okay.
If you think what we're doing adds value to your life, that would be a way to support us. But if you don't
Easy.
want to,
Listen for free.
Do you know what?
listen for free, do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing, and we love you.
If you don't want to support us in that way, there's a way that you can support us that doesn't cost you a single thing. Maybe a text messages, which are free these days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're free.
Tell your friends about BackChat.
Yeah, you can do that.
we want a slogan. We want a thing. We want a thing where it's like, tell your mates, Backchat's good. Can you come up with
That's
that?
a shit slogan, but yeah, I'll try my best to come up with one.
By next week, I want a slogan.
Okay.
So that's how you can help us.
Can we
the
do a
most.
slogan each, maybe? See whose is the best?
Okay.
Yeah, great. And then we'll
Maybe
use
do
that
a
one.
poll or something?
Yeah.
A poem.
A poll.
Can I do it in a
Instagram
poem?
if you want. Probably not going to win the best
Acrostic?
slogan.
Acrostic poem.
Yeah.
Be
A
useful.
haiku.
Yeah,
We're
like
giving
I
away
could-
the barley thing to our Patreons, our cage. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of 2024. Big things coming.
Big things coming. Let's do that now.